Narrated Hani bint Abi Talib. I went to Allah's Messenger in the year of the conquest of Mecca, and found him taking a bath while Fatima was screening him. The Prophet asked, "Who is it?" I replied, "I am Hani." Narrated Maymuna. I screened the Prophet while he was taking a bath of janaba. He washed his hands, poured water from his right hand over his left, and washed his private parts. Then he rubbed his hand over a wall or the earth, and performed a ablution similar to that for the prayer, but did not wash his feet. Then he poured water over his body, shifted from that place, and washed his feet. Narrated Salamat. The mother of the believers Sulaim, the wife of Abu Talha, came to Allah's Messenger and said, "O Allah's Messenger, verily Allah is not shy of telling you the truth. Is it necessary for a woman to take a bath after she has a wet dream nocturnal sexual discharge?" Allah's Messenger replied, "Yes, if she notices a discharge." The Prophet came across me in one of the streets of Medina, and at that time I was junub, so I slipped away from him and went to take a bath. On my return the Prophet said, "O Abu Huraira, where have you been?" I replied, "I was junub, so I disliked to sit in your company." The Prophet said, "Subhanallah, a believer never becomes impure." Narrated Anas bin Malik. The Prophet used to visit all his wives in one night, and he had 9 wives at that time. Narrated Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger came across me, and I was junub. He took my hand, and I went along with him till he sat down. I slipped away, went home, and took a bath. When I came back, he was still sitting there. He then said to me, "O Abu Huraira, where have you been?" I told him about it. The Prophet said, "Subhanallah, O Abu Huraira, a believer never becomes impure." Narrated Abu Salama. I asked Aisha, "Did the Prophet use to sleep while he was junub?" She replied, "Yes, but he used to perform ablution before going to bed." Narrated Umar bin al-Khattab. I asked Allah's Messenger, "Can any one of us sleep while he is junub?" He replied, "Yes, if he performs ablution, he can sleep while he is junub." Narrated Aisha. Whenever the Prophet intended to sleep while he was junub, he used to wash his private parts and perform ablution like that for the prayer. Narrated Abdullah. Umar asked the Prophet, "Can any one of us sleep while he is junub?" He replied, "Yes, if he performs ablution." Narrated Abdullah bin Umar. Umar bin al-Khattab told Allah's Messenger, "I became junub at night." Allah's Messenger replied, "Perform ablution after washing your private parts, and then sleep." Narrated Hisham. As the following Hadith 290. Narrated Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "When a man sits in between the 4 parts of a woman and did the sexual intercourse with her, bath becomes compulsory." Narrated Zayd bin Khalid al-Juhani. I asked Uthman bin Affan about a man who engaged in the sexual intercourse with his wife but did not discharge. Uthman replied, he should perform ablution like that for the prayer after washing his private parts. Uthman added, "I heard that from Allah's Messenger." I asked Ali bin Abi Talib, Aziz Zubair bin al-Awwam, Talha bin Ubaidullah, and Ubay bin Ka'b, and they gave the same reply. Abu Ayyub said that he had heard that from Allah's Messenger this order was cancelled later on, so one has to take a bath. See Hadith No. 180. Narrated by Ben Kabe. I asked Allah's Messenger about a man who engages in sexual intercourse with his wife but does not discharge. He replied, he should wash the parts which comes in contact with the private parts of the woman, perform ablution, and then pray. Abu Abdullah said, taking a bath is safer and is the last order.